Hey guys, and welcome back to Plague of Shadows. It is indeed time for research in the flying machine. There's only one more member of the Order of No Quarter to destroy, and whose essence needs taking, so let's go lay the smackdown on Propeller Knight.
No matter who you're playing as, and I'm sure this will be true when you play eventually as King Knight and Spectre Knight, Propeller Knight and his stage is a complete fucking pain in the ass. I guess it's appropriate considering it's near the end of the game.
I think in, the records thing you get in the credits, where it lists all the knights and whatnot in order, I'm pretty sure Polar Knight actually comes at the end. Like, they expect you to fight Polar Knight last or something, don't quote me on that, but I guess an Arctic region makes more sense than a friggin' flying machine. I mean, it's a hard level with its fair share of, challenging platforming sections, but there are instant, death spikes aplenty in the stranded ship.
Well, I mean, even so, despite all that, I still really like the, flying airship. It's just a cool idea. I always love the idea of, floating stuff and, air islands and stuff like that, and yet I haven't played Skyward Sword, and I heard it's not really that great anyway, so...
Well, maybe you should form your own opinion of it, Mr. Bandwagon Man.
That's true, but then again, I still haven't beaten the Wind Waker, and I thought I would like that game because I like the idea of it being, mostly sea, and then it turns out not so much!
Well, there is a wonderful HFC playthrough of a certain Wind Waker game. Maybe you should check that out sometime.
Is that right? Is there any other HFC playthroughs of games that I couldn't be fucking bothered to beat?
Did you mean all of them? Oh, self-deprecating humor. Wonderful.
Okay, so, as a whole, I guess let's talk about the stage now. What did you think about, Plague Knight's take of this stage? Because I felt that, you're still evenly affected by the whole wind blowing thing, and this section in particular I found to be a little tricky, but, thankfully, again, if you have the float burst, it's a lot easier to kind of maneuver your way around. I would just kind of balk, personally, at doing this with any other particular type of burst. I guess I just have to watch some videos about it, yeah.
Oh my god, I think there was actually a comment we got where the dude was like, I can't even imagine, playing through the game without float burst, which really, gives me pause for thought when friggin' Spectre Knight and King Knight's campaigns haven't come out yet. What will they get to tackle the flying machine with? What, will King Knight use his cape as a Super Mario kind of flying cape to get over gaps?
Now that's the legitimate answer, but my answer is that he's so full of hot air he can make himself float.
Oh, also, a Super Mario World power-up, Fat Floating Mario.
Yeah, he's not only not a king, he also stole all of his abilities from other more successful video games.
Oh my god, I would love that, for that to be his set of arcanas, just rip-off power-ups from other better platformers.
That's true, because the dude is just stealing shit from other people anyway. He should just, completely fucking rip off everyone. Maybe his armors are actually designed after the Order of No Quarter, because he cannot come up with an original idea to save his life.
Oh my god, you ever have an idea for a video game that you feel is so great, but will just never happen? It's all this, it's everything we're saying right now.
That's true, it's always fun to kind of brainstorm these kind of things and then realize a bit, soberlingly, that you don't have the time nor the talent to make these particular things happen.
I have none of the skills required to make my dream come true. I could attain them, but that would also take effort, and fuck that noise.
Hey, that's my motto, fuck that noise.
This Arcana here, the last one we'll be getting in the game, is one I never really used. I'm gonna show it off, but beyond that,
It's just a weird kind of melee attack thing, and I guess it's okay if you really desperately need a melee attack, but if you're playing Plague Knight properly, then really what you should be doing is making sure to keep your distance no matter what, and using your not your bloats, I'm sorry, you're not a fatty, trust me, your bursts to kind of get around and make sure you stay out of range. So again, like you said, I never really found a use for it at all.
I mean, if there weren't no restrictions to it, it was just a normal kind of melee attack, that would be fine, but since it's tied to your power meter, it just runs out too fast for me. I'm sorry, I'll stick with the Big Boom or, the VATs and so on. The Berserker's Brew will be coming back into vogue towards the end of this playthrough, I can tell you that much.
What about the Fleet Flask? Because I remember having to rely on it for a few sections of the final area, you know, the Tower of Fate. So, do you use that ever again?
There is actually one Plague Knight exclusive, like, mini area. You know, the, like, red diamond things on the map where you can go and get super, you know, bucket loads of treasure. There's a Fleet Flask specific one of those. Other than that, not really. Too unpredictable for me. I like to play it slow and steady with Plague Knight.
Yeah, you should play defensively, Tom!
Is that your impression of yourself?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, at least make it sound like Gilbert Gottfried. Have some dignity.
Man, you know, I was so mad when I discovered that Gilbert Gottfried's voice that he always uses was fake, because for a brief, shining moment, I thought to myself, well, you know what, here's a guy who has a silly voice like myself, and he turned out okay. No! Tough shit, THD!
Yeah, oh my god. You know, never meet your heroes or learn their origins. You'll be disappointed 9 times out of 10.
I am loving, again, your use of the Big Bomb here, because I always had the hardest time hitting those, you know, floating propeller guys, because of, again, the range of his attack, but the Big Bomb comes out in just a perfect enough arc that can actually hit them and disable them with one attack. So again, you're really selling me on this Arcana here.
Thank you, thank you. I guess you could use, as like an alternative, the lob casing, you know, which throws it like up diagonally to the left or right. That also will be coming back into vogue. I found a great use for that during the final bosses.
I guess really my thing is when I settle on a strategy that works like 90% of the time, and I think this is true for most people.
Yeah.
That's just how we're kind of built. You know, like when you find something that works for you most of the time, you're gonna stick with it, except even with those times when you feel, when it's not really working for you, you're still gonna use it anyway because you know, part of you figures out, oh hey, I've used this 90% of the time and it still works, I'll just keep using it until it goes through, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know, muscle memory, safety instinct kind of thing, whatever terms you want to use really. I just like my weapons, okay?
And also, back there, you were using the smoke pellet to actually kind of evade those spikes. Again, I sort of made things a little bit harder for myself by not switching Arcana when I needed to. So I've actually died on those spikes down there a few times when I was going through this stage.
Well, that's the benefit of, you know, hunting out the relics to trade for the Arcanas. You'll have a fully stocked platforming set by the end of the game, and, you know, you don't have to get them, but you're just making, you know, things harder on yourself by not going out of your way to find them.
This dick needs to get out of here. He's blocking the fucking way. Thank you.
2 red diamonds. Fuck this area.
Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, again, it's, you know, just like it is with, you know, with Shovel Knight. But again, you have to take into account Plague Knight's particular physics in order to make sure you get through intact.
Watch closely, guys. I will show you the way to victory.
Well, that's one of those screens done.
Okay, get over here, nice and quick. Then you run over here.
Yeah, Plague Knight, now is not the time to kind of jaunt through. You could be skewered on top at any moment.
Now, what I don't like about this area, you know, in terms of Plague Knight, is that 9 times out of 10 when I used the smoke pellet or whatever, it would always run out before the wind switched directions, and I just, like, die on the ceiling or the wall.
That's true. I think I actually platformed that, you know, straight. I didn't use really, like, the smoke pellet to get through it in particular. So, yeah, I think I struggled a little bit more harder than I needed to do.
There is a particular strategy for beating Propeller Knight, and I was going to use it, but, again, there was just so many retakes of me dying in the stage before getting up to Propeller Knight, and not doing a good enough job and or dying, so I just kind of fell back into my old strategies, as we discussed earlier.
Spoiler alert, he's still a complete fucking pain in the ass.
Allons-y, time to throw bombs down your throat until you die.
And he's French, which makes him even more of a horrible human being.
I'm sorry to all our French viewers, please don't unsubscribe.
I'm not. He stole his power-up from a new Super Mario Bros. Wii, I noticed.
Ah. I loved making stages in Super Mario Maker with the propeller helmet. I don't know, I just like being aerial a lot, I guess.
Okay, the main trick I used for this guy when I fought with him, I struggled so much, I tried to use the homing casing, I tried to use cluster power, I even tried lob just to float in the air. Here's what I do. I get impact casing, sparkler power, and when he's on the ground, I just hit the shit out of him, and the sparking effect from that powder is enough to do multiple hits. If you combine that with Leech Life, or Leech Liquid, sorry, I made a mistake again, you'll be able to come out more ahead. It's still a tough fucking fight, because again, you gotta watch out for the cannonballs, the pits that will always spawn up and things like that. But I feel dealing with him on the ground, as opposed to in the air, much like with Shovel Knight, is the best way to approach him.
Okay, I think it's this part of the fight where things start to turn in my favor.
I thought you were gonna drop the fan on his head for a minute there.
Oh, if only. And away he dies, I guess.
Damn, I kind of wish he fell in the pit. I don't think he can do that. Like, I don't think it's coded.
Yeah, I doubt they'd allow that kind of thing.
That'd be funny, though.
I saw this screenshot from this one dude on Twitter. I'm not even sure if it was like our playthrough of the game or just something he experienced when he was playing, but it showed like Propeller Knight having been beaten by Shovel Knight in Shovel Knight's campaign, and he's laying across the gap like a bridge.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I thought that was pretty neat. Oh good, the horse approves. I'm just so fucking done with Percy's shit. Plague Knight is like, fuck this.
Well, Plague Knight respects Percy to a degree, but he's like that one friend who you just kind of tolerate, really.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Same. That feel when no Mona.
Ah, yes. It's about time for my character arc to approach the third act, however, so hopefully we can turn this around. I thought he was gonna say the time is nay. I really wish he said that.
Awesome.
What's the point of blowing up everyone if there isn't somebody to blow them up with you?
Oh, yeah. How depressing.
Huge buzz, 6 demon bags, sensational, what's in an egg, wind, fire, all that kind of thing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You still need to watch Big Trouble in Little China, my friend.
Oh, that's what you're referencing. I've seen it. The only thing I can remember is that weird monster who turns up out of nowhere at the end.
Yeah, well, they deal with him, you know, earlier on in the movie. It was, I guess, supposed to lead into a sequel, never happened, unfortunately.
That's the movie with motherfucking Dao Wong's voice actor in it.
Yeah, that is, James Hong. It also has Kurt Russell and 2 other guys I don't remember the name of.
Okay. James Hong is the motherfucking man, as is Kurt Russell. There you go.
And it was done by James Carpenter. It was the movie that actually got him out of making movies for the mainstream because he was so disillusioned by how it performed. But it turns out later on, Big Trouble in Little China became a cult classic. Hell, that's how I discovered it. My dad recorded off of a VHS tape on, like, the WGN channel, I think, and I just fell in love, you know?
We all have our favorite movies.
There, you are a greedy bitch, and you bought everything I own, so go away.
I even took his shoes.
Just run back and forth and make him just kind of run, you know, give him some exercise. He's a horse, he'll be alright.
You know, Plague Knight, Mona's not here anymore. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that, Magicist. Lest a bomb fall out of my hand and hit the bottles in the back and make everything explode.
Doesn't matter. You don't have green skin. Nobody does.
Meta humor.
I gotta say, like, this is the a campaign that kind of made me warm up to Baz. They gave him some funny dialogue, so, you know, I found myself kind of liking the guy more and more.
Well, the campaign as a whole is just more fun than Shovel Knight's, and that's not to say, like, Shovel Knight's campaign is bad. I'm saying fun in terms of, like, being humorous and whatnot.
That's true, although, of course, it has Plague Knight's character arc, as we previously discussed, being followed through.
And, you know, Shovel Knight's brand of humor kind of comes from him playing everything straight. He's the straight man, whereas Plague Knight's kind of the fool.
That's true, like, you bring up a good point. King Knight is probably going to be the goofiest motherfucker of the lot, and I want Spectre Knight to play himself so seriously, so straight, that it's ludicrous in comparison.
Ow, the edge. Here we go.
Oh, this is when you use the Fleet Flask. Yeah, it's one of these areas.
This is great, and it's color-coded, so you know which Arcana to use. I have no more use for you!
You've outlived your usefulness, my minion.
And here we go. You just keep moving when you use the Fleet Flask. I believe you only stop moving when you throw a bomb down.
Or you hit a wall or things like that. I gotta say, if you can kind of gel the momentum of the Fleet Flask, and if you could time it right, it really is satisfying to kind of just flip back and forth on stuff over pits and things like that. It feels good.
Well, dude, like, these kind of speedrunning areas, I don't think I'll ever become, like, a speedrunner, per se, but, you know, there's these tightly designed, like, do-or-die platforming kind of levels. I always have like a special place in my heart, and there's a bunch of them in like the Donkey Kong Country series. Like right here, for example, this is the best part of the level in my opinion.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Like, that feeling you get when you just completely and totally nail a course like this, it's a great feeling.
It's almost zen, in a way.
Whoa, hello, alright, Mr. Spikes, I know you came to visit, but we've got stuff to do.
Yeah, ain't no vacancies here, goodbye.
For a brief moment, I thought you were just gonna skip that, even though it was well within your reach.
Do you get annoyed when I do that in these playthroughs?
I can understand not going to, like, a bullshit one, because you want to record the playthrough and be done with it, but then there are the easy ones that I feel you could have gotten.
Did you think we were going to leave the Hall of Champions out of the playthrough? Nay, nay, says I. Get out of here, Percy.
Percy, fuck off. You're not invited.
Oh, I smell treachery.
There's always treachery when Plague Knight is involved.
Hey, at least we don't have to pay to get in. But here's the catch.
Oh, that was a trick! A trap, if you will.
Basically, we have to go through the Hall of Champions and blow the shit out of the King's army.
I thought this was a pretty good use of the Hall of Champions. It's like a running battle throughout the entire thing, and basically what you have to do is you have to beat everyone in the room, and once you do that, the lights will turn off knowing that you've cleared that room. So your mission, like, you know, Tom said, is kind of just go everywhere and make sure you do everything.
It kind of brings up a rather dark, like, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Explanation, meaning, because we're turning off the lights here by basically blowing people up. What do you do in Shovel Knight's campaign? You turn on the lights by destroying ghosts.
Oh, okay. Haha! As you know, Plague of Shadows is the one with the most fun compared to Shovel Knight's campaign. Just forget the part about him killing a ton of people. It's okay, shh.
Well, they kind of dial back the murder connotations, that's the word I was looking for, at the end of this particular set piece, so we'll see what's what. You can draw your own meaning from it.
Even then, it's a very comedic kind of killing. As you know, blowing somebody up with a bomb, laugh riot.
Now you see that particular codex in the top left with our particular letters and Shovel Knight's world's language?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't see it now, but basically you can use that particular thing to translate the text on the portraits and see who's who.
And that sounds like work, and thankfully there probably is a list of them already online.
I guess.
I'm still trying to find, like, particular backers, because I know, like, some famous people on the internet, I guess, so really not famous at all, have actually backed this game.
Well, I just blow up Ego Raptor for a star.
A fitting punishment.
Oh, Jesus. I want to see them do fucking Plague of Shadows, because, like, everyone was excited for them to do it, because, honestly, I kind of really liked their playthrough of Shovel Knight's campaign, but they just did a co-op run of Shovel Knight's campaign, which is, it was fun, for sure, but, give me a new campaign.
Well, I mean, hopefully they'll get around to it when, like, King Knight or, you know, Spectre Knight drops, but I doubt it, of course.
A fitting standoff.
It's a good thing he didn't have the ability to walk in place.
He's not been trained to walk forward and use his sword.
That's why they're always being defeated, because it's like a school of leaping knights. Like, that's all they can do.
I don't even need the cipher coins at this point, but I'm going to collect any I come across anyway.
You do get an achievement, and I think another particular type of reward when you collect them all.
What is it, like the Calamity armor or something like that? Can you look that up, please?
Yeah, I'll do that, because I really do think it's some kind of armor. Good thing I got the wiki here. When Chrome comes up, come on, baby!
He's bringing up a list. He's going to check it not once, not twice, but thrice.
Okay, let's see. Cipher coins.
Shia LaBeouf coins, brilliant.
Bring it up here. It's being slow because, as you know, my computer cannot handle talking to people online and playing a video at the same time.
Oh, he's like burning like sticks of incense and whatnot, praying to the gods to get a better connection.
I gotta sacrifice some Coca-Cola to this shit, you know what I mean. Different numbers of coins. If all 420 Chifer coins are collected and taken to Percy at the Potionarium, Plague Knight can obtain the Pandemonium Chalice. It will also fix the catapult if this has not already been done. And basically, the chalice randomizes your stuff. Wait, no it doesn't. My bad. I confused that with something else. It is... No. You exchange it for the Pandemonium Cloak, and what that does is that it randomizes your bombs. Okay, so I was kind of there.
Yes, you got there in the end, that's all that matters, mate. So I suppose the obvious question now is, did you ever get the Pandemonium thingamabob?
Fucking no! That sounds like work, and I sure as shit ain't gonna do that.
Like, a lot of the Cypher coins aren't too hard to get, but there's some that I'm just like, nah, I'm taking a break, see ya.
And that break's gonna be for a year, bye!
At least 9 months.
Some 9-month hiatuses are worth waiting for.
Oh, no! It's right in front of me, and I can't do anything!
Come on, wait for that platform to come down again.
No, I literally could not move forward there, it locked me in place. There you go! We're forging connections, making new friendships.
That's called networking, Tom, and I think it's worked out for the best.
Alright, one more fight lies between us and the Tower of Fate, so let's go pay a visit to Mr. Hat.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mr. Hat was still in this game. We have to deal with him.
Oh, that's just low. Caca!
And go eat your cornflakes.
Wow, racist.
How is that racist? That has nothing to do with race. It's more about corn than anything.
Well, you think all roosters look the same? That's what I thought.
And do I have to answer that?
No, you do not. I love how offended he gets at Plague Knight not giving a shit about hats.
And he doesn't like hoods either. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I still think he's probably the best guest character in like the whole game.
He's pretty good. Like him, Baz, Reese, Phantom Striker.
Reese is lame, Phantom Striker, meh. It's mostly Mr. Hat, and Baz is improved only because of Plague of Shadows.
He actually took me a fair few tries, because he is pretty aggressive, and let's just say that he basically got the better of me more than once.
I think I killed him on the first take, but I know my health was not that high, mostly because I was trying to hang back and spam Leech Liquid. What kind of hat gives you the ability to throw plates?
Looks like he's wearing either a turban or like a beret with a feather in it.
He does have a feather in his cap. I wonder if he calls it macaroni.
And now he's wearing like some kind of, I want to say a Roman helmet. That's not a hat at all.
That's like a German pike helmet. You know, there's like a specific name, but you know, it was mostly used by German troops, I believe.
Now I can just only think of that fucking Simpsons bit. You know, you're now all recreational members of the First World War. Yay! And they throw the hats up in the air and they come down spike first. Just like that bomb into his face. A profitable afternoon of bombing nice, peaceful entrepreneurs.
And my mother said I'd never be able to make a career out of this.
I want to play a campaign as Mr. Hat.
What if he has, like, a mailman's head? Does he get the power to deliver things?
I mean, that's what happens in Majora's Mask. No matter the campaign, the sign-off is always awkward. Tally-ho!
Alright!
Oh, you gotta laugh.
I'm just gonna skip on out of here and go blow up a bitch in the face. It'll be great.
Oh, he's got such a spray in his step. He deserves it, you know? He deserves it at this point.
That's true. He's worked very hard killing everyone.
Alright guys, here we go. Grand finale time. We'll see you next time when we enter the Tower of Fate. Let's do this!